In this video, we're going to talk about shapes and the importance of shapes and all of that type of stuff. Shapes are very integral to the way that we do Illustrator. Uh, Basically, it helps set a good foundation. So shapes are important. It's good to get them down in your head now. If you look at your tool panel, your shapes fall under this category. So the ones that we're going to look at today, we're going to look at the rectangle, the rounded rectangle, the ellipse, the polygon, and the star tool. So we're going to start with a square. Okay. Now to get a perfect square, you hold down the shift key. It'll give you a perfect square. Without the shift key, you can get some nice rectangles, things like that. So if we look, we've got our shape, we've got the color, it's filled with white and stroke of black. If we switch this, we can change the color. Of course, we can pick to change the color to red, whatever we want to do. We can pick a different color for the stroke. Say we click on the stroke in our swatches or here, and we'll click blue. So now we have red and blue. So basically, that's how that works. If I hit D, it defaults back to white fill, black stroke. So again, this allows you to swap the colors, and you can click on the fill, change the color, click on the stroke, change the color. For the rest of this, I'm going to choose black for a fill, and I'm going to choose none for a stroke. All right, so that's simple. Let's check out our next tool, which is rounded. Again, if we want a rounded, that's supposed to be filled with black. Let's click black. It just basically rounds the corners. Hold the shift key down and you get a nice perfect square. There's another way to round corners, direct selection tool. That's the white arrow. See this little target? We can grab and move it back and forth to change and take them away, grab, move them in. If you hold, just click and drag. So real simple stuff. All right. So the next tool that we have, I'm going to select those and delete them, is the ellipse. So it can draw an egg, hold the shift key down, you draw a circle. Real simple tool. Next tool we're going to look at polygon. Now this, you do not have to hold the shift key down. It will create a stable one all the time. If you hold the shift key down, it prevents it from rotating. While you have this clicked, up and down arrows will add sides and take away sides. You can go down to a triangle if you want. Again, up arrow, add sides. Star tool works basically the same way. Start out with a star. You can go down to a triangle, up and down arrow keys, add more stars. Take away the stars. Real simple. And that's basically the shapes that we're going to work with at this time. Now, shapes are very interesting. Here I've got a bunch of multicolored shapes. So, while you're working with shapes, be thinking about the things that you can do with the shapes. You can merge them, you can bring them around, you can just really do all kinds of cool stuff with them. Let's bring that down just a little bit. And you can bring them in and just really have fun with them. Try to think of shapes as more than just a shape. Try to think of shapes as something that you create with. For example, you've probably figured out that I'm not just throwing shapes together here. I'm actually creating a character. You might recognize him from South Park. Basically, South Park's really cool about it. They're just made up of a bunch of different shapes. And it's really interesting to be able to create characters with these different shapes. So by using the shapes and merging them together, you can create some pretty interesting characters, either from South Park or, from a lot of things. Some of my previous students have done Marvel characters made out of shapes. Some of them have done Disney princesses made out of shapes. Those were really cool. And it just, varies with each person. But as you can see, shapes are a lot more powerful than you might have thought. You can create quite a bit of things with them. So that's it for our shape talk today. Again, if you really want to mess with the shapes, let me add this. Another thing that you can do, if you click on the shapes, object, arrange, look here, bring to front, bring forward, send backwards, send to back. Let me create something that will help illustrate this. So here's a box. I'm going to make a red one. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to make a green one. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to make a yellow one. All right. So let's get them to where they all overlap, and this will help demonstrate it. Basically, these commands here, arrange, have key commands. So shift command, that's right bracket, command right bracket, command left bracket, shift command left bracket. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to shift command left bracket, and that's going to send it to the back. If I look under the green, it's also gone all the way to the red. Now I'm going to command right bracket and bring it forward one. So let's look under the green again. Sometimes you may have to bring it forward a bunch of times just to get it where it's at. Okay? So here it is, forward and back, forward and back. Okay? So now the green is sitting here. I'm going to send it all the way to back, shift command left bracket. But I want the green on top. Shift command right bracket brings it to the top. Sorry, shift command left bracket takes it all the way back. So bring forward all the way to the front, take all the way to the back. If I hold just the command key down and left bracket, I just take it back one at a time. Here's right bracket, left bracket, right bracket, left bracket. And that is shapes.